dang pipes in the way. Every time we're going up and down. So, guys, we got this all welded up. Should be, I think we said this before, but it should be the last time this thing ever gets moved, right there?
I'm not lifting it again.
Okay, all right. Everything's getting tied together. We got to put this down, and then we got to weld up all the feet of those, right?
Yeah, close the body back up around all the bars.
Gotcha. And are we tackling the firewall today?
Yeah, we're trying.
What else are we trying to tackle today?
I think that's it, man. See how much of this tunnel we can get closed back up. Maybe get the pedals in place would be pretty big.
Cooper, if you ain't banging, you ain't hanging.
Yeah,
No,
another
the deal.
thing. Check out this Underdog Racing t-shirt.
You look beautiful in it, baby.
Sick, right?
Am I just in on a plug? Is that
Sure.
my only purpose in this video?
Georgie, let's go do something that we haven't done yet.
You mean like on this S-10 right here?
That's the one that we're talking about, yeah.
Dude, you should just go ahead and fire it up and see what happens.
Guys, this thing has an extremely complex coolant system, much more so than the average car, and we are finally ready to purge it. We've been checking it, testing it, everything seems to be really good. On one of my poor welds right here that Josh fixed up, my booger weld, we had a tiny little leak there, had a couple other little issues, but hey man, she is ready to rip. We haven't even fired this thing up in like...
Since LS has.
Seriously, has it really been that long?
Back and started messing
Holy moly. All right.
Got it mounted right here.
The man, the myth, the legend. Dude, that is unreal. So nice. So nice, brother. So nice.
Thank you, man.
Raining money.
That's how money they dwell.
So what's the story, George? What'd we do?
Well, remember we had to rob our cooler lines where we don't have a cooler right now, but we got a really long line in there just because it was already made up. We just sealed it off so it doesn't leak all over the floor again. Lost a lot of good stuff there, but no big deal. Had to put our other line on Uncle Sam. But in the meantime, we got this until we get our nice Mishimoto coolers up front there, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
Good spot, you know, get it all figured out.
A lot of stuff that we got to figure out how to, it's like 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound buggy, you know? But it's going to be pretty awesome. That's a real challenge, and that's where our hood's going to come in too as well. I can't wait to be like crafting the hood. That's like something I'm really, really looking forward to. Telling you, buddy.
Cut it.
I think if we cut it, it'll go. This is a belt that we've had sitting on the shelf for God only knows how long. And it's an 8-rib. So we're going to make this thing work because we got to test this thing tonight. I'm going out of town tomorrow. Holy crap, dude. That looks amazing.
Oh, dang, I didn't even see him on there.
All right, brother. We go from one problem to the next, adapting and overcoming. You want to undertake that? You got this? No? All right. I'll gladly do it.
All right, let's see if it fits.
Wrong side, Joe.
Oh, man. Loop, swoop, and pull. Dang, fully charged. This thing rips, huh?
Yeah, I'm like blinded.
Jeez Louise, look at that turb
Like looking at a welding arc, you know?
Oh, man.
George, you're seeing everything through a whole new light.
I know. Oh, man. Josh, dude, looks good.
Now, ideally, you would want to go on the smooth, but I'm gonna.
Yeah!
Oh, all right, let's get
Man!
this going. All right, so first time checking the pressure. All right, this is fine. This is fine. We're got plenty of support between all of these fellers right there. Fire her up there. Looking good. stagnant. Hey, give her a little RPM. Yeah, as you were saying, that looks a little stagnant. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Now, we gotta have a pressure drop from here to there.
We gotta redo that again. We gotta focus so bad.
Here, kill it. We think we're getting a little kink in our drain right there. That's the first time we've ever seen that little kink in the drain. Let's open that guy up a little bit. That was a difficult one, and honestly, that 90 degree right there is certainly less than ideal. We probably should have something that's more of like a 60.
45 was too much, so we need like a 30, I think.
Dude, it sounds rowdy.
It does. I totally forgot how nasty this thing really is.
You feel it.
Yeah, you feel it. You definitely feel it. All right, in the short term, just to check our cooling system right here, it looks like we have a little problem with our drain right now. This is pumping oil in, and if it's backing up going back out the turbo, that would explain why we're having, you know, all of the smoke coming out of this side right here. So what we're gonna try and do is squeeze this, make sure that we're allowing a good free-flowing drainage for that. Because if it's kinked, then yeah, that could be the problem. All right, so we had to steal this the other day when our diesel truck blew that off when we had repaired our oil leak.
Was that just the other day?
Late night. Just
That's
the
a
other
couple
day,
weeks
about
ago.
2 months ago. So much better. And it looks way cooler because now it's got stainless steel on it. Pretty much chrome.
Yes, however, you gotta be able to have this guy
Get that
still
middle.
be going heading downhill.
Alright, I'm gonna floor it.
Go ahead. It almost looks like higher is better because it's steady down. That old duct tape rears its head again. That Gorilla tape for the win, man. We've been using that like left and right. We definitely got some leaks out there. All right, so we got oil that is going through our seal here, and we've definitely had a little bit of a backup there, and it is dripping oil out in between the turbine housing. So we got a little bit. It's actually, yep, you just saw it drip right there. Okay, so we actually have plenty of raw oil right there. So we're gonna go back and try and figure this out, see if we can get this to drain a little bit better. Guys, we're coming to you with a chilly morning on Sunday. We got Josh and Kevin knocking some stuff out on this S-10. Today we're trying to get the firewall done, some of the floor pan, and we're trying to pretty much be able to mount the pedals. So a lot of the stuff that's holding us up is the fact of the chronological order of things, and I don't know what needs to be done. So that's why it's up to these guys in order to try and figure out what we have to do. So we got to start somewhere in order to be able to build upon that. Don't want to have to do this 2 or 3 times, cut something apart that didn't need to be there, or have to backtrack and do work over again. All right, so we had a bunch of these pieces made of cardboard. We're trying to finalize them, make sure that they are all going to fit. Start sticking stuff together here, pretty much building the puzzle from one side to the other.
The cab's bolted to the frame in 6 different points right now. That's crazy though.
Diamond shaping the body when I'm doing that though.
Once we get some welds down the side of this, that'll stop some of that.
Well, what I'm kind of thinking is if we can pull this up to hit there, to kind of tighten that up where it looks okay, I think we almost make another trim piece that comes, say it comes all the way across, and it can go all the way to the floor.
Yeah.
It could have a brake on it, it could do whatever, but then that makes this fitment here less critical. So we zap it there, and then we can come up the side and then decide how we want to cut that to then make another piece to fit that with one gap, and then it kind of looks like we did it on purpose.
Okay, so that's to prevent that from... You're trying to keep the shape is what you're doing without...
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the metal from warping real big.
And you're just going in between the welds right now rather than having a weld to the hammer. I see.
Yeah, because he's going about every 2 inches, so if I put the edge of the hammerhead right on the other one, need to push forward just a little bit.
As they say, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
All right, so we're gonna go take Uncle Sam out for a little ride. Just had some lunch. Take a little break here in a minute. My wife's been really working hard trying to clean this thing up, and it's had, well, a long time underneath the tree, and it gathered a lot of sap. However, just wanted to get your. It's quite large. It's a Bigham's throttle body. It is the biggest throttle body I've ever run at a 112.
I gotta admit, I have had bigger.
Oh. Okay then. Again, if you haven't seen this thing in person, it is just so big and beastly. So we had some leaks in the back of Uncle Sam for a little while here. It's always been a little bit wet. Found a little critter.
What are you doing, bud?
All right, bud. Be free. Okay. Cardboardy designed again. What piece is this one exactly here?
The lower part of the passenger firewall.
All right, so that guy is going right there. All right, fellas, so I was running around getting some materials, and you guys are knocking it out of the park. So what you got going on here?
Got 2/3 of a firewall.
Just
about
looking
half a tranny
pretty.
tunnel.
I see we got all those welded in, look great. Now you were saying that now that you were getting all these other pieces in there, as expected, it's stiffening up pretty good.
Yeah.
But is it kind of more so than you thought, or is it about what you expected, or what?
To the point it's at, it's probably about what we expected. Once it's finished up, it'll really again be as strong as we expected.
So we're trying to get the wiggle out, the shimmy.
Yeah.
The shake.
And it's really about non-existent, really.
Okay.
Hop around over there if you want.
I don't know if I want to hop around yet, but it is looking pretty good, man.
Yep, I think now that we got that, I'm comfortable like putting the seat in it and then trying to mock up where the pedals are going to be.
Yeah.
And then deciding how I'm going to do that sheet metal there.
Gotcha. So we're still wanting to do the box. So we don't have a bearing block. It's a Sunday. We can't get it. But we're trying to figure out where to be able to put the box and pedals and how the steering shaft is supposed to come through. As you were saying, you think it's going to be probably right through the middle.
It'll be between the brake pedal and the throttle pedal for sure.
We'll try and figure that out here shortly. So believe it or not, this thing has such little tuning time on it. It's like I haven't tuned the base fuel map. I haven't done all sorts of stuff. I really need to...
Just went right to the...
Yeah, we just went straight to tuned it. You know what I mean? It was nothing that was like that.
I see that bad though.
See if I can ground it and get a 1-2 in there.
It really squats the tail nice.
Yeah,
and
it does.
digs.
That's kind of what I was wanting to walk into, is just see how it feels.
Rubbing the tire the whole time you're on throttle.
Yeah. You can feel it on that second?
No, I can see it.
Okay.
Like I looked in the mirror, I'm watching it. It's sparked too.
Oh, where?
Like on the tire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's take a look real quick.
That's definitely rubbing pretty good right there. You can peel off all that rubber.
It'll stick to you too.
Yeah, a little bit right there, yep. Yeah, the other side's much worse though.
The other side's much worse.
So yeah, we got the spacer there.
You think that's fresh?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, man.
Feel that. Like, seriously, feel that. Just take a temperature. It's like not even cold at all. Or, I mean, not even hot at all.
Almost cold.
Yeah, it is almost cold.
Quite cold.
I mean, the methanol does wonders for that, of course, but jeez.
Need a full cage.
Two.
It does need a full cage. I would agree with that.
My wife feels the same way, so.
Yeah, I would agree that you're gonna need a parachute.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Let's give her a full walking.
It was hazing them through second gear.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it just squirming around just a little bit.
It's hard to, like, as a driver, it's a different sensation than sitting over there, but holy crap. No, I mean, it feels incredibly torquey.
If this didn't trap like well over 150, I would be shocked.
That's what I was hoping for, man. Dude, I sat in a car, though, and I mean, my butt dyno is usually pretty good. I sat in a car and I drove the car, and I was like, I think this will go 151, 152. He went to the track, he went 152, 153.
Nice.
I was like, all right, that's cool, that's encouraging.
You feel the tire shake?
Yeah, I did.
It was trying to dig right there.
I was like trying to give it just enough to see what it's gonna.
That was cool to feel like that. You normally feel that kind of tire shake at the track on a radial. Like when it's right on the edge of letting go.
Josh, you get to ride in it when we were like all slick tire and stuff in the rain, and it's, what do you think, man?
She's still a badass.
Yeah, it's a little bit different once we got a little hooking tire though, man.
Yeah.
But I love that perspective of sitting in the back because I've done it. I've had somebody else drive when this thing was making like 200 horsepower less, and it was awesome then, you know. But that's a comfortable seat back there too. Yeah. I love that seat, man.
For a cop car, not bad back there.
All right, Kevin, what's your take on it?
She's fast. Not she. He's fast. Sam, very fast.
And we're hoping your butt dyno is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I mean, just that first, second gear rip, like as hard as it's struggling for traction, even through second, like I think it's easily 150 mile an hour plus car.
That's exactly what I was hoping for right there, for sure. So we're going to put a parachute. I really don't want to put a parachute on this thing though, you know.
First, you need a roll cage.
Shh, I don't want to put a roll cage in it. Now, just as Josh had said before he left, is that now that we have this panel, we know what to be able to build on this. They are still a little different because we have an offset,
yeah.
But at the same time, it's so much more straightforward now that we've got some of our puzzle pieces together.
I wanted to get, like before it was not supported enough that even just standing in it, you know, the floor's moving up and down, so then you don't know really how to finalize that panel up front, and now we can put the seat in it, sit in it, and figure out exactly where the pedals need to go, and then figure out how we're going to finish that out. If we need to modify that piece that we've already made, or if we can use, you know, all of it.
All right, so as next step, can we get the seat in now, or do we need to build that panel?
Now, let's put the seat.
You can do it.
As awkwardly as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why.
Oh, yeah.
It might be a couple inches.
You want it on kind of like the meat of your foot, kind of underneath your toes.
Underneath the ball of your foot there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. So, all right, we were talking about straight shot between the throttle and the brake pedal right there.
Yeah, for the steering.
So I can see where the steering shaft is like right coming at my knee right now. So, I mean, this will also get moved over, as we were saying about, well, I'm guessing probably 2 or 3 inches.
Easy. And it may be that you have to lose the slider and just make a...
I'll never be able to drive it.
You could have like a rail that the seat mounts to, and then you could have just multiple threaded holes, so you can just take a seat, unbolt it, and move it forward.
Yeah, I think you're right. If that's going to be on the ball of your foot. And then furthermore, okay, so this is something that we were talking about as well. If we did make a false floor, or like something where this is flat, more for ballistics, or, you know, rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Just trying to have another skin over it so that in the event of anything, we have another, maybe a half inch or an inch in some areas, but
I'd do something like a 1/4 inch thick aluminum.
definitely need to do front drive shaft loop, no doubt. Maybe even
2 of them.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say, so our front drive shaft is longer than our rear drive shaft because of just the nature of where everything is. It's a totally different scenario than most setups, really. So a little earlier, Josh had made these mounts right here, and basically we're going to have these mount here.
I almost think this could almost be notched to fit over here. Like you just lay it up against it, and then that sets our initial height.
That's not bad. That's really not a bad
Because then
idea.
you kind of use the bar for a dead pedal. I mean, if you're just looking, you're running out of room.
Yeah.
Because you still have a pedal and a steering shaft to come through there.
And that's, you know, that's not a lot. The other thing, too, is what we were talking about is how deep that's going to get pressed.
Yeah.
So our box is going to be around there. So what do you think there?
We're gonna have to come forward with the sheet metal we made. It's gonna have to have a weird panel over here, I think, because this might have to come forward as well to just give you a little bit deeper foot box.
I don't think we're gonna have to.
The throttle pedal doesn't have much movement at all.
Right. So I mean, I don't think we're gonna need to build that big of a box right there.
Okay.
But I mean, that's why we're here. We're trying to figure out exactly what needs to be done and how, because this becomes.
Let's take this off, and then I can start working this, and then you can kind of feel it instead of it being all crooked, out of whack on the thing.
All right, well, let's make that a goal. All right, so now we're fastening that. We got our Clecos in there, and now you're putting in every other one as a Cleco.
Yeah, and I'm gonna spot weld, and then come back in. We'll take the Clecos out and put a little copper spoon or something to fill in those holes and weld them all together.
All right, so we set our mark for that is going to be our mount. I relieved this so that we had a little bit more weldable material, and it brought it in about a 1/4 inch or outboard. We should be pretty good spot. Just checking the level, and we're gonna tack it in.
All right, come down with the inside. Right about there is that's parallel with the dash bar. It's stuck.
Boom!
It's crooked a little bit, but we can fix that.
Coming together.
You have
Right,
pedals.
Pedals!
That's exciting.
It is. Kick your feet on those real quick here, and we've already guesstimated that this is going to be with our false floor, which is about an inch, inch and a half. Actually, we're about inch and a half, 2 inches is
It's
what it was.
really not bad, even.
Yeah. And if we're still not happy with the positioning there, we still have this adjustment right there, so we can move that shaft fore and aft to be able to put the pedals where we want. But this looks to be
The brake pedals are low or high, but like I said, we're setting it up for the false floor.
trying to hit that moving target in a way, but lots and lots and lots of figuring and, as you said,
Calculated guesswork.
All right, so we're going to weld that bracket up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're going to tie up that back area, and then we're going to stop for the night.
All right, you're good.
So guys, we got a lot accomplished with the help of Josh and Kevin from KSR Fabrication. Dude, we made some big progress, and I really, really like what I'm seeing. I'm so excited we got our pedals all in, and we have a direction. We've got Josh tied up a whole bunch of the body and the cage. I mean, dude, that looks great. I mean, we've increased our rigidity tremendously with what we've done today. We've tied up so many loose ends, and we still have quite a few things that we have to tackle, but we are making some major progress. So we know what we got to do with our pedal box. We're going to try and address that next couple days. Cleetus in Cars is rapidly approaching, and we really wanted to be able to have this thing drivable on its own power and really just be able to kind of putz around the pits and show people what this thing is really about. So guys, with our floor, our plan is to be able to put that 1/4 inch false floor in there. And if there's something else that would work that is going to be lightweight and yet be able to kill any sort of impact of something that would be going through there ballistics wise, let us know. Guys, we have the winners of the 3 MPVI 2 HP tuners, and the winners are Josh Duvan, Zachary Zwirlian, and Jeremy Madison. So thank you guys very much. Guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. We'll see you next time. I got to get a bird out of our office right now.